So we are going to see the changes in pronouns now when we are converting the direct speech into the indirect speech. So when the speaker is given is in the first person, when the speaker is in the first person, like you can see I am writing an example, that is I said. Here speaker is the first person pronoun, isn't it? First person pronouns are what? I or we, isn't it? So I is the first person pronoun. The speaker is in the first person. Okay? So what would be done? The pronoun does not change in the indirect speech. We will not change the pronoun which is given in the quoted speech or reported speech. Okay? We will not change it while converting into indirect speech. Like you can see, I said, I have eaten. Okay, so when we are converting this into indirect speech, what we will do, I said, that will come. As I have told you that after when we are converting the direct speech into indirect speech, after the reporting verb, that will come. And as it is, we have to copy the pronoun, that is I, because it is already, the speaker is also given in the first person. That's why there is no change in pronoun in the which is given in the reported speech. So I said that I had eaten. We have to change the tense also. Present perfect will be converted into past perfect, isn't it? So this is how we have converted this sentence. Now, if you can see one more example, if in place of I am using he, then also the reported, the pronoun that is given to us in the reported speech, then also it will not be converted and it would be he only, that he had eaten. There would be no change, okay, because the speaker is the first person only, that's why, okay. Now, let's see the another one. When the speaker is given to us in the second or the third person pronoun. Thus we have used the pronoun that we have used for it, that is the second or third person pronoun. Then, and is talking about someone else. Okay, then the pronoun in the quoted words does not change. Like you can see over here, you said. He has eaten. Okay, you said he has eaten, right? You can see the speaker is in which it is the which person? It is the second person pronoun, right? So what we have to do, there would be no change in the pronoun that is given to us in the reported speech, and here we are talking about someone else, right? In this reported speech we are talking about someone else. That's why there will be no change in the pronoun when we are converting the direct speech into the indirect speech. Like you can see, you said that. He will come. As it is, as this sentence is in present perfect tense, it would be converted into past perfect tense. And this is how we have converted the direct speech into the indirect speech. If in place of you, she is given. Okay, if in place of you, she is given, then also the situation would be same. As I have told you, when the speaker is in the second or third person. So now it is in the third person, right? She is the third person pronoun. So she said that he had eaten. That will remain the same. And here in the reported speech, we are talking about someone else, right? So that is why there would be no change in the pronoun which is given to us in the reported speech, because this is because the speaker is in the second or third person. That's why. Okay. So this is how we have converted we have seen some of the changes in pronouns. Let's move forward now. Next point is when the speaker is in the second or third person and is talking about himself or herself. Here we were talking about someone else in the reported speech. But if we are talking about ourselves only, if she is talking about herself only, then the pronoun will change. How? Let's see. So if I write, you said, I have eaten. Right? So you said, you is in the it is the second person pronoun, right? So you can see here, you can see you is talking about herself only, right? So you said that what will come? You only will come because you is the speaker. That's why you said that you had eaten. Okay? Now if I change this pronoun to he. He said, I have eaten. Then when we are converting this sentence, then it will be he said that he had eaten will come. We have to see to this pronoun over here. Okay, what a pronoun is used for the speaker. That pronoun will only come over here. Okay, so he said that he had eaten. Okay, now when the speaker is a proper noun, when the speaker it is given in the proper noun, like you can see, Asif said, I have eaten. Then you can see the speaker is in the proper noun, it's the name, right? So, and it is talking about himself, Asif is talking about himself only, so the pronoun will be changing. So, you can see how it would be changed. Asif said that, as you can see that Asif is talking about himself only, so and Asif is a boy, it's a male. So, what will be converted? This I will be converted into he. He had eaten. In place of Asif, it was given the name of a girl, like Rashi. Rashi was given over here. Then she would have come. Okay. So these are the changes in the pronouns. Now we will see that when the reported speech is given into imperative sentences, then how we will convert them from how we'll convert the sentence of direct speech to an indirect speech. Okay, like as you all know that imperative sentences expresses what? Order, request, or and advice, isn't it? So while changing them, we have to change the reported verb to order, request, advise or command, whatever is there in the reported speech. Okay, so like you can see, I am writing an example over here. The teacher said to the children, sit down. So here teacher is giving an order to the children, right? Here the teacher is giving an order to the children. That is why the reporting verb, that is said to, will be converted into ordered, because there is an order in the inverted commas, right? There is an order in the reported speech. So this is an order. So for if the order is given to us, or order or command is given to us in the reported speech, then the reported verb will be converted into ordered. Okay, the teacher ordered the children to will come to join the sentence. Okay, to will come to join the order which is given to us in the inverted commas. To sit down. In imperative sentences that will not come, to will come to join the sentence. Okay, so to is used, you can see over here. Now if there is a command, this is an order, if there is an advice given to us, then what we will do? Let's see. The doctor said to Rohit, stop eating spicy food. So, if we have to convert this sentence, what we have to do is, you can see the doctor, what reporting verb will be used? As you can see, the doctor is advising Rohit, isn't it? Here an advice is given to us in the inverted commas in the reported speech. So, what we will use? The reporting verb that we will use over here would be advised. Okay. So, the doctor advised Rohit, then we will add to stop eating spicy food. Okay, and no inverted commas will come as we are converting the direct speech into the indirect speech. Okay, now let's see another example. If there is a request being given to us in the reported speech, then what will happen? Let's see. Uma said to Sushma, please give me a glass of water. So as you can see that in the inverted commas there is a request. Uma is requesting Sushma. Okay, so that she is requesting Sushma, so that's why this said to will be converted into requested because in the inverted commas in the reported speech, what is given to us? There is a request. So that's why requested reporting verb will be used. Uma requested Sushma, and now we will not add please again. Why? Because we have used requested as a reporting verb. That's why. Okay. So what we have to do? What would be the form? 2 plus the root form of the verb will come. Here also you have seen 2 plus the root form of the verb was there. Isn't it? To stop. Okay. So stop is the first form of the verb. That's why 2 plus the root form of the verb will come. So Uma requested Sushma to give whom? Uma. We are talking about Uma. That's why me will be converted into her. Uma requested Sushma to give her a glass of water. Okay. So this is how we have to convert the imperative sentences from direct to indirect speech. Now we will see reporting universal truths. Okay, so what we if in the inverted commas, if in the reported speech, what is given to us? There is a universal truth. Like I can say, honesty is the best policy. The sun rises in the east. Like you can see the teacher says, the teacher said, the sun rises in the east. Okay, so you can see that in the inverted commas in the reported speech there is a universal truth. Okay, so if there is a universal truth that cannot be changed, that's the fact, that's the general fact, and it cannot be changed. So that's why the universal truths will, the tense of the universal truth will not change. Okay, it will remain unchanged in the indirect speech. We just have to add after the add that after the reporting verb. The teacher said that the sun rises in the east. Okay, this is how we have to convert. If the universal truth is given to us in the direct speech, this is how we will convert into indirect speech. There would be no change. Okay, it remains, the sentence is in direct speech and it expresses a universal truth or a habitual fact, then it remains unchanged in the indirect speech. Like if in the quoted words an exclamatory sentence is given to us, okay, then how you will convert that sentence, okay, and into the indirect speech. Okay, so you can see over here, if the sentence is given to us, the tourist said what a beautiful place Kashmir is, and it's ended with an exclamation mark. So exclamatory sentences expresses what? Strong and sudden feelings, right? And you can see this ends with an exclamation mark. Now we have to form the in the quoted words an exclamatory sentence is given. Okay, so the reporting verb will change according to it. The reporting verb, that is said. Now this will be changed according to the sentence, right? Like we have seen in the imperative sentences. It was depending if the sentence is an order, then we have used ordered, right? If we have changed the reporting verb into ordered, if it was advised, then it was converted into advised, right? Like that. So if the reporting verb, we have to change the reporting verb, then the reporting verb will be used. What reporting verb we'll use? That is exclaimed. The tourist exclaimed. The tourist exclaimed. Okay, after exclaim, that will come, and we'll frame the sentence. We have to frame the declarative form, right? We have to remove this exclamatory sentence and we have to form it in the declarative form over here. Okay, so the tourist exclaimed that what is the subject in this sentence? That is Kashmir. So after that, what will come? The subject, that is Kashmir. That Kashmir. Okay, and you can see that it is given to us in simple present tense because we have used is over here. Okay, what is the verb? Is, and then simple present tense converts into simple past, right? So is will be converted into was. Kashmir was a beautiful place. Beautiful place, and then in the last, full stop. This is how we have to convert the exclamatory sentence. We have to change the reporting verb to exclaimed in wonder, in amazement, or in sorrow, joy, etc. So we have just used exclaimed over here as a reporting verb. Okay, so now this is the change in the exclamatory sentence. Okay, now we are going to see the reporting interrogative sentences, how we will convert the interrogative sentences when we are converting from direct to indirect. Now we are going to see if there is an interrogative sentence, how we will convert that sentence from direct to indirect. Let's take an example, but before that we have to follow some rules. I'll tell you all that rules also. Rama said to Sudha, where are you going? As all of you know that interrogative sentences is used for asking questions. So here we will be talking about how the question would be converted into the indirect speech, and we have to form the assertive form. Okay, so what are the rules that we have to do? We have to change the reporting verb. First rule is that we have to change the reporting verb, that is said to, or to what we have to change it to ask or inquire. We have to change it to, said to will be converted into asked or inquired. Okay, so and after that what we have to do, you have to change the question mark to full stop, because we are converting the interrogative form to the declarative or assertive form, right? So now what we have to do, now before that I'll tell you there are two types of questions. There are first type is whenever the answer for that question would be a detailed one and can vary. And the second one is the conditional questions, where the answer would be either yes or no. So what we have to do with them? Just look after that. So Rama said to Sudha, that means said to will be converted into asked, because in the reported speech there is a question. So Rama asked Sudha. Okay, and as you can see, the question is starting from a WH family word, where the question is starting with where. Okay, and the question may vary, the answer of this question may vary from person to person, right? And so that's why it will be directly continued after the reporting verb. You can see Rama asked Sudha where. Now we are converting it into an assertive form. So after where, if the question is starting with a WH word, okay, so we have to use that WH word over here when we are converting from direct to indirect. Then we have to, it will be followed by the subject. Subject is you, and you is what? You is Sudha only, and Sudha is a girl. That's why where she, okay. As we have to convert the tense also, where are you going? So that means this is in present continuous tense. We have to convert it into past continuous, where she was going will come. And in the last, full stop. Okay, the next type of question, let's see. So if the question is, you can see, Somesh asked, Rahul, will you come with me? Question mark, question mark, and this is a question in the inverted commas, right? So if here you can see the answer to this question either can be yes or either can be no, right? Or it can be no, right? So what we have to do, if the question is starting with any auxiliary verb or any verb, it is starting with a verb, then what we have to use? We have to use if or whether as a conjunction to join the sentence in the indirect speech. So as here directly it is given to us asked, so it will remain that only. Somesh asked Rahul. Then we will add if, okay, as it is a conditional question. If, after that the subject, Somesh is asking Rahul and Rahul is a male, so that's why the pronoun would be, pronoun use would be he. If he, will would be converted into would. Come with Somesh. So for Somesh we will be using him as a pronoun. Okay. So Somesh asked Rahul if he would come with him. Full stop. This is how we have to convert the interrogative sentences. Okay. So there are some other changes also that takes place if the reporting verb is given to us in the past tense. What are these changes? That is, will would be converted into would. If will is there in the direct speech, it would be converted into would. Can into could. May into might. These into those. This into that. Here into there. Now would be converted into then. Ago will be converted into before. If the words are like today will be converted into that day. Okay? Tonight, that night. Yesterday will be converted, either can be converted into the previous day or the day before. And tomorrow, for tomorrow, the next day or the following day, like this. And there is one more thing, shall would be converted into should. So this was the chapter where we have studied how to convert the direct into indirect speech. You all know now what is a direct speech, what is an indirect speech, and now we are going to move to the exercise of this chapter. Now we will move to the exercise of chapter 25. Rewrite these sentences, changing them from indirect speech to direct speech. So what we have to do, we have to rewrite the sentence again by changing the indirect speech. We are given with indirect speech and we have to form the direct speech. Okay. So we will take the third one, that is the coach instructed the captain to concentrate on winning the game. So let's convert this sentence into direct speech. Okay. The coach instructed the captain to concentrate on winning the game. Okay, this is the sentence which is given to us and we have to form the direct speech out of it. So, we will write the subject, the speaker, that is the coach. Okay. Okay, that's the instruction being given, so that's why we have used instructed. But whenever we are forming the direct speech, we have seen that said or says kind of words are used. So we'll use said. because this is also given to us in past tense, right? Said to whom the coach is speaking, that is the captain. Said to the captain. Comma will come as we are forming the direct speech, and inverted comma is open. To we add to form the imperative sentence. This is an imperative sentence because that's an instruction, right? So the coach said to the captain, concentrate on winning the game. This is how we have to convert it, and you can see the answer also. That is, the coach said to the captain, comma, inverted commas open, concentrate on winning the game, full stop, and inverted commas close. So this is how we have to form the direct speech from the indirect speech. Okay. So now let's move to the another sentence, another exercise. Change these truths in direct speech to indirect speech. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to form the indirect speech, okay, and we are given with the direct speech. So as we have seen that universal truth does not undergo any change in the tense, right? So you can see, we will take this one, second one, that is mother said, okay, comma, inverted commas open. There is no shortcut to success. You can see mother said, we have exactly copied it over here, and we have to remove inverted commas, that's why we have added that, and there will be no change while we are converting the universal truth. If in the quoted words there is a universal truth or a scientific fact or a fact that does not changes with time. Okay, so that's why there is no shortcut to success, and then in the last full stop. Okay, so as you can see, there is no change in between them. Okay, so this is how you have to solve this exercise. Let's move to the other exercise. Okay, see exercise. Change these sentences in direct speech to indirect speech. Okay, so direct speech is given to us and we have to form the indirect speech. Okay, and we have to rewrite the sentence again. So the carpenter says, comma, inverted commas open, I have completed the order, inverted commas close. So as you can see, if you can see that says is the reporting verb which is given to us in the present tense only. It is given to us in simple present tense, right? So if the reporting verb is given to us in the simple present tense, the verb in the reported speech does not change. So जो यहाँ पर verb है वो change नहीं होगा. Okay, the tense will remain the same for the reported speech, that is the quoted words. So as you can see, the carpenter says, that we have added because we have to remove the inverted commas. We don't use inverted commas, right? Says that, and then who is I? That is carpenter himself. That's why we have used he, and I, as we know that I is the exception. Okay, so with I have will come, but whenever we are talking about you can see the present perfect tense, that's why we have used he with has, not have. So he has completed the order. So you can see there is no change in the tense of the verb. Okay, so this is how you have to do this exercise. Let's move to the other exercise. Okay, so rewrite these sentences, changing them from the indirect speech to direct speech. Okay, Sheila says that all the garbage has been cleared. Okay, so we'll take this one and we have to form the direct speech from this. Okay, so as you can see, who's the speaker? Sheila. Okay, Sheila says that. So Sheila says. Now this says is in the simple present tense. So the quoted words will not undergo the change in the tense of the verb. Okay, so Sheila says, and as we know in direct speech we don't use that. So after that comma and then inverted commas open. Okay, all the garbage has been cleared, exactly same, and we don't have any kind of change in the tense also, because the reporting verb was in simple present tense. Okay, and we have quoted these words into the inverted commas. Okay, so this is how you have to do this exercise. Now let's move to the last exercise of this chapter. Rewrite these sentences by changing them from direct speech to indirect speech. So what we have to do, we are given with some of the, we are given with direct speech and we have to convert them into indirect speech. So we'll take the fifth one. Okay. Exercise fifth one. The little girl said, I have lost my way. We have to change this sentence into indirect speech. So how we will do it? The little girl said. You can see that this is given to us in simple past tense. So we'll we'll have a change in the quoted words. Okay. So you can see the little girl said that is coming. The little girl said that. Okay. Who's I over here? The little girl herself, right? So we will use what? We will use she as a pronoun. So I will be converted into she. The little girl said that I have lost my way. Now identify the tense over here. With I have, and the third form of the verb is coming, right? So that means this is in present perfect tense. So we have to convert this present perfect tense into past perfect, right? So she has will come, or she had will come. Had will come because we have to convert the tense. Okay, so she had lost, the third form. Okay, she had lost. My will be converted into her way, and then full stop. Okay, and no inverted commas when we are converting the direct from indirect speech. Okay, so this is how we have to convert the direct speech into indirect speech, and let's check out the answer also. The little girl said that she had lost her way. Okay, so now you have to do this exercise in the same way only, and I hope you have understood this chapter well. Stay fit, stay at your home. Thank you.